Oh, life. All right. This video is a lost thing. Know that. All right. There are things in life that you have been gifted by God. Patterns, messages. I'm not joking. All right. When we first started this class, I was forever surrounded by a bunch of little green dragons and a bunch of unicorns. Okay? I took it for granted. Let me say that again. My brain overly rationalized it out of importance, and then all of a sudden, 2 years later, I don't get all those little green dragons or those unicorns. And then I realized, yeah, that was a thing. That was a thing in a message. Okay. So, like, we have patterns and waves of spiritual guidance that is being offered to us. Let me say that again. There are waves of consciousness and messages that are gifts that are being offered to us in life. Special things. And they're like, they could be pieces of litter or trash that you pick up off the street. It could also be junk that you see at the store in just waves. Masses of synchronicity that takes over your mind and goes, pattern. Maybe you see the same tattoo or a similar tattoo on the same place of many different people. That has happened. I once saw a flamingo on one guy's calf, and then I saw another tattoo of some other weird thing on somebody's calf, and then another one on somebody's calf, and then another one on somebody's calf. And I'm like, what's the message? There's something God is trying to tell me in order. Or I might see the same, like a flamingo on somebody's calf, and then a flamingo on somebody's shoulder, and then a flamingo on somebody's neck. That's a message. Maybe it's the flamingo magic being tattooed to my physical body. Maybe that's the message. The point is this. We live in such a thin universe of magic right now. It's just starting to, like, you can just start smelling actual magic beginning to manifest through the bottom of the clipith. Okay, that's where it counted. Not up there, not in the sky plane, in the earth plane, at the bottom. So, what you pick up off the floor, it's sad, I know, it's pathetic. Because you go, yay, it's a bottle cap. It has the word genius on it. Or Guinness, or genius. And you pick up 5,000 of them. And then a year later, you don't see those bottle caps anymore. And you realize that was your genius activation because you're going into Ravenclaw. Can I say that again? Or you get all the red dragon bottle caps when you start getting into Gryffindor. As you're picking up litter. Or you get the black dragon ones. Yeah, direct like that. Because now we're learning how to be an or. Yeah. Oh, like it becomes overly redundant in your brain, so it gets through. Let me say that again. When we started this from Hode to Netzach, it was Cobra, 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 Cobra bottle cap, Cobra bottle cap. Okay. When we were starting Slytherin. And now I'm picking up the Black Dragon and the Red Dragon and the Genius or Guinness because we're at Gryffindor and Ravenclaw. But, yay. But, like, Bina. Oh my god. Okay. So, the things I pick up, the litter I pick up is like more important than what people have to tell me in life. Because it's what God and Mother Earth is telling me in life. What is this? What is this? It's a cookie cutter of a cat. And we got to make gray kitty pie using this cookie cutter. And it becomes 100 times more magical. And it was found right outside of where we pick up our blackberries to make the gray kitty pie. Okay. Nobody wants to know this. Nobody, because it's disgusting. It's disgusting. Everybody thinks that the words the nuo unos is like a thing. It's a thing. It sounds fancy. It also translates fancy. Translates to resting dove or resting pigeon. So like the angels that can chill the fuck out in life. Okay. So it worked out real well. So I'm on my walk. And I see this water bottle. And it was left next to a bench. And I go, that kind of looks like it's for me to pick up and take home. And then I see this text that's written on it. It has the name of somebody. All right. And then I walk past it and I go, okay, I'm not going to pick that up. And then I go and I find another water bottle. And it looks like the same water bottle, but a different color. And I'm thinking, this is kind of like Ravenclaw, because I'm doing Ravenclaw right now. And it also has another name on it. And the names were Nuo and Unos. Let me show you something. This one's got a dent in it. This is for Ravenclaw. This one's got a dent. You can't, yeah, there you can see it. There it is. Literally everything in life is like a genius spiritual message from God. Okay, this one does not have a dent in it. So here is Ravenclaw. Hokmah plus CHESED, right? Gray and silver. Somebody goes, I hate how really redundant you are. I'm speaking to the diseased poor people that don't know how to listen. I'm sorry. Seriously. Okay. These were our magic cups for Ravenclaw. 3 300 pounds of magic. There's a dent on this one. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, so you kind of can. But I threw it against the ground. You can see it this way. You see how it's not round? Oh my god. Alright. All of you guys should know about this by now, but me collecting lighters, and like which lighters are the colors of the... Okay, so this is how many lighters I've collected. Wait, that's 1 cup. 2 cups. This is my cup for Tiferet. Like 3 cups of lighters that still work. These are lighters that still work. Okay? So this is God telling me, this is what I'm lighting up in the tree of life. This is Baba G's lighter. There's a reason why I have 500 red lighters that came through, and there's like 1 for Tiferet. Ooh, we posted the 1 for Tiferet. We posted that online. I don't know if I still have it though. Oh, here it is. All right, let me tell you about this lost thing, because all of these lighters come through with storylines. So somebody was talking about the purple people. Like, the purple people are the good guys. The purple people are like the people that have enough purple consciousness that they do good things. And then like 5 hours later, I go on a walk and I manifest this lighter. And it's the purple people with the seraphim marijuana jacket. Do you understand? God says something and then it shows up. And it's such a small token that a normal person's brain goes, that's just crazy to listen to. But what happens is that 2 years later, you realize, I didn't get another one of these lighters. That was a message. So you find out in hindsight, when you can cognitively do the math of all the hindsight lessons you've learned in existence, you might start taking the lessons in the now as legit. The Nuo-Unos. I had to look up what it meant too, because it's like the Nuo-Unos. That's the crossing of the abyss, people. And then the Archangel Kamail and Zadkiel have to write that book, and it all made sense. Resting dove. And then the throat chakra is about creating relaxation, and so is Ravenclaw. All right. So I have all these wonderful lighters. I have a lot of these turquoise ones too. I don't even know what to do with the turquoise ones. Okay, so I collect stuff, and there are these patterns. All of a sudden I moved to Hackney, and we had just been doing the Yoda Balls books. I have never seen these. Ever. Ever. I moved to Hackney, and like I'm picking like a million of these pens. Do you see how many are for Gabriel? This is God's message. You got the short end of the stick. Write your way out. Do your Yoda Balls books. That's the power you get in life. And I can't even describe to you how many I've picked up. What I really like is like the few that I pick up that are green, and you're like, what's that for? Maybe each one of these is a Slytherin or a Gryffindor. Maybe one pen represents an entire individual. I like the idea of that. And then we have the blue ones for Ravenclaw, Hoshmalim. But my favorite was finally getting one black one. We broke through into the abyss. Above the abyss. We have one for Bina. And to me, like, most people are excited they get a job in life. I'm excited because I picked up this fucking black pen, and to me, I'm the queen of the planet. Because it broke the pattern of this. This is my Dragon Queen pen. I have not picked up another black one yet for Kelly, but I probably will. Someday. But at least we have all these other ones. So I cannot describe to you how many I have of these. It's probably 5 to 6 more handfuls of this in the last 6 months. Sometimes I pick up 5 to 7 to 10 of them a day. They're everywhere. I've never seen them before in my life. Okay, so this is something God wants to throw at me. I am titanium. Ravenclaw cup. This is not a lost thing. It is a purchase thing, but it's still a magic thing. The cups you buy. The cups you buy for each Sephiroth, or even just the journey up the tree, is a reflection of the magic you're going to put into the world. I really wanted to get to titanium when we hit CHESED. 300, so 2 bodies of titanium. That's legit magic. Okay. Oh, we found the lime green cobra acid. Recently. So that's a magic that's working. All right, I hate showing you guys this times a billion. But with each Sephiroth, I pick up these little plastic gems, and I have, like, since Netsock. Let me say that again. So you see how big the Ravenclaw one is? I don't want to show it to you because I don't think any of you guys deserve it, but it's still funny. Here was Netsock. Here was Tiferet. Yeah. Just a little one. That's all that was needed. Let me put that up. I lost one of them, my most precious. So that one's the yellow heart. I lost my precious. I'm really upset, but I will explain in a minute. Here is Gabera. One red dot. God. There it is. I can barely hold it. I know it looks orange in the light, but it's actually red. Yeah, it's hard. That's red. The other weird stuff for Gabriela was like, oh, yeah, here it is in a DNA strand. Oh, that one's pink. Crap. Oh, here is the bigger DNA strand. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Brick. 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 That's the teaching that came through with Gabriela. And then we have the little Yoda ball cobra acid ones. It's the lime green color. Again, the color on the screen is not reflecting the actual color. Oh my god. I just picked up this one. It's an actual whole bead for Gabriela. Yeah, I found that where I do ninja work. All right, so we got our tree climb. It's grosser when it's like, it's only the heart. Like, we have some heart love for Nutsock, some heart love for, right? So, with the Yoda balls, I got a square. And this was my safe square, and I lost it. And it meant everything to me, and it fell out of my pocket. And I don't know what that means yet in life, but it means something. All right, here's Dot. Ah! I didn't know that I was gonna get Dot. Look at that. Yes, right there. It pops through right there. And then we have the rainbow pearly dot for crossing the abyss. I have not shopped for any of these. I just find them on the street as I'm going through those initiations. Wait, here's one more. This is creepier. You guys will never be able to see it. It's a dragonfly that's pink. More Dot. These matter in life more than money. Let me say that again. These matter more than money. Like, money can't buy the magical messages that I'm getting. Let me say that again. Money cannot buy Bina. Money cannot buy Nutsock. Money can buy Hode. That's about it. I can pay for some truth, information, or data. Let me say this again. In life, that's the extent of what money can buy, is Hode. You cannot pay for Nutsock. You can work with Nutsock and build a farm with money, but you can do Nutsock, better Nutsock, by joining a woofing program and living on that farm, or starving to death on a beach for a whale. Like, money does not buy Nutsock. All right, this one's not a plastic gem, but it's important because I just made the post about fixing the tooth. My tooth And then I manifested this metal tooth thing. So I know the magic's coming through. Okay? And it looks about the same size as all these other things, so it fits the pattern. That's what I'm trying to communicate. I have like buttons and stars in this mix. Nothing else is like really relevant to educate you on. But we did get to the point where we have a safe square for Tiferetters. This was an important message because I developed I picked up a lot of these squares, plastic squares that were red and blue recently. And then I knew it's a safe square for Gryffindors and a safe square for Ravenclaws. And then we finally got the Tiferet one. So Hufflepuffers now have a safe square. This is all magic is. Knowing how to interpret God. That's why Hermes pretty much ruled the planet. Okay. Charlie does not want to show you these, so we're not going to talk about them. So then I put them in my little fairy magic little container. I let it cook. And I put it in my cups. All right. A big pattern that I've gone through for over the last few years being in London was all the angel feathers or the bird feathers. There's something to walk over a bunch of feathers and then constantly overwrite it in your brain like it's nothing. Especially when you're going over, it's the same walk you go on every single day. And then you have certain thoughts when you see those feathers. These are, I believe, Spelican feathers. I've shown them before. I have not gotten to have any since when I first collected them. So it was my one opportunity to actually get my magical experience from God. I got them when I was in, let me say that again. I got them when I was in Hode, probably to help me get through Netsock. More selflessness. More selflessness. More selflessness. So angel, like white. Okay. I'm not joking. Sometimes they're gifts to help you ascendio. So you don't get corrupted. Make bad decisions. A lot of the what is this? This dust? Is that goo? That's gross. That's disgusting. All right. Should I clean that up so you guys don't see it when focus? There we go. That's better. A lot of the angel feathers that I've walked on look like supernals. They're dove or they're pigeon feathers. Oh, let me show you. Oh, I don't want to see them because then I think of all this stuff I have to do. Yeah, so you just, in your brain, It triggers supernal. 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 Especially when you walk through triangles of them. Supernal. Okay. And then you see it on the floor. Many times I do a magic and then I pick one up and then I let it fall and spiral down like the DNA is being set back onto the planet Earth. All right, Neo Eunice, Rusting Pigeon. I've picked up a number of dead pigeons recently. And a dead crow. And I plucked the feathers from the crow, and we did a magic around it. With it. Around the church. The Catholic Church here in London. You need to understand, like, when you can do things with your lost things. It's a sacred process. This is how every Native American shaman lives. I don't even want to say Native American. Every shaman. Every indigenous shaman. Okay. So you find a feather, and it means something. And you find the pigeon, and you do something with the pigeon. What you do with it is also the magic. So my pattern was finding a way to throw the dead pigeon. I'm sorry, I can't not laugh. I would try to throw the dead pigeon carcass so it would climb up a tree. Over and over. That was my pattern. Find a pigeon carcass, take it, and put it up a tree. That's what created the Neo Eunice. Rusting pigeon. So there are messages that I'm communicating to the universe, and the universe responds back. And it validates it. Check. Climb higher the tree. You do, Eunice. Rusting pigeon. The universe responds in kind. All right. This whole year is colored in Yoda balls. Frankly, the rest of my existence, until my wand can sparkle with Patronus Blue charm, is colored in Yoda balls. So we collected the gems, even the safe square one that we lost. We got the lighter. Yeah, that's nice. What about a towel? A washcloth. Yeah. What about amoeba goos that are purifying dragon skeletons? Wait, I found that one. And then, oh, I found another one. Like, in different locations. They're patterns. I have not found another. They're patterns that the universe is like trying to communicate. Oh my god. Ice cream scoop, Yoda balls. Headband. Wait. The headband? DNA patterns. exercise band. I was seeking, I was looking at somebody doing exercises with a rubber band. And I was like, I want one of those. And the universe gave me a Yoda Balls colored one by picking up litter. A life rescue. A spinner. Keep the Yoda Balls magic running. Okay. What else did I get? I don't know. Is that it, Charlie? Lucy? God. I don't know. Oh, nope. There's one more. A full-blown, I do not have the short end of the stick pencil. This is, I can, it's a pencil, so I can write with it and erase it. Somebody's saying that they're going to shoot themselves right now. All right, so I pick up headbands. I've picked up a lot of headbands over the course of the last... Oh no. We do have one. But we have, this is a whole other story. I think that's it, Lucy. All right, let's talk about headbands. When I was in Hode, I got this headband and I put it on. I go, I'm gonna have an ice cream. It was I'm the queen of the universe. And I was in Hode. Because it's gold. And I just sat at Hyde Park alone, doing all my dimensions work. Alone. With my headband. That's all I got. Okay. Now we have this one. Now it's the kitty version. Because Lucifer's really, like, yeah. Now we're independent and manifesting more magic. It's also gold. All right, do you guys get it? Like, there are patterns of what you're being, what you're being told in life. Okay. We have stuffed animals that are given to us. These are not lost things. This is a pattern. They're everywhere in life. Right now. Jellyfish in the sky. Octopuses. Okay, so we have Gryffindor and Ravenclaw stuffed animal. So now each of them, so this one's Funny Wilson, and this one's the Hierophant. And together they cost 16 pounds, which equaled the Hierophant. This is Gryffindor and Ravenclaw. Let me say that again. Our entire future is built off of these stuffed animals. I can't educate to you enough. Oh, Yoda Ball's feathers. We picked these up before, but now it's like special. Those should be going in the basket. Okay. Everybody knows about my candy fascination. I pick up a piece of candy and I eat it off the floor because it's a weirdo magic. It's usually shaped in the way that is the magic. Sometimes I've manifested an entire bucket of dropped candy off the floor. And I know I won the lottery. All right. Weirdo toys that I've manifested. So here, like, these are like my spirit guides, and they're the same consistency, and they're collected like months apart. And they look like they're made by the same manufacturer. Giraffe. Yeah, this was for Hufflepuff, and then hippo. It's kind of like, and then maybe the hippo's purple because it's for the cherubim. Maybe the hippo is like a totem for the cherubim. So I need to listen. When I did Hode, I was at the Tor. Does everybody know what the Tor is? It's the giant tower in Glastonbury. It's the most sacred holy spot other than Stonehenge almost on this planet. People go and try to connect to the magic of King Arthur days and Morgana Le Fay, and you get the really deep, deep sacred when you go there. It's the like the holy waters of the Virgin Mary, kind of like, all right, the chalice wells. So I'm sitting at the Tor on a solstice, and everyone is irreverent as fuck. And they don't understand it's a sin. Right, I'm the one who's allowed to be irreverent because I've mastered Lucifer. I am. Not a bunch of muggle trolls that have zero understanding or respect for anything divine in existence. I have to go around and yell at people to shut the fuck up and start creating a sacred space on a holy day at a holy sacred site, because I'm the high priestess of the planet. And they have zero respect for me, or zero care, and they're insane. They're littering all over the place. They are doing junk, shit chat, talking like it's nothing. They lose every inch of the sacred moment of even being there on the solstice. They act like a bunch of psychopaths, watching junk TV, eating Cheetos, while twittering and playing on BuzzFeed. Yay! If you don't think that magic, okay, magic doesn't work with those people. That's why they're muggles. Because they don't have a brain that even respects magic or sacred holy days. They don't even have respect for the divine feminine. Okay, so God steals this from one of those people and gives it to me. As I'm doing the grid, me. I'm sitting down at the temple site. The Tor is a temple site. Doing the giant egg grid to clear out all the psychosis of reptilian negativity, radio, white noise, rhetoric. And God throws this into my face, and Rava goes, put it on. So now, this is my High Priestess of the Silver Star mask. So this was the beginning of Hode. me say that again. I'm blessed by the High Priestess. I've been named the High Priestess of a planet before I even enter Hode. As I enter Hode. Let me tell you something in life. That mask is worth more than every single diamond the royal family owns. Let me say that again. This mask is worth more than every single diamond the royal family owns. Okay. We've got a couple more things. Lost things. Is it gonna blow everybody's brains out to see me like looking not so great? No, it doesn't do anything, does it? Alright, I pick up litter. Somebody say, does that say Gucci? Yes. So, I'm going through all the crazy knife rape downloads. Like, I'm trolling the underworld, cleaning it up with cobra acid, okay? All my posts seem psycho online. And I'm going, everyone thinks I'm a nut job. Just everybody thinks I'm every single word I say sounds psycho, and I can't handle it, and neither can they. It's all just garbage. Right, so I'm going and I'm on my walk, and I see this Gucci scarf sitting on top of a pile of trash. Just laid over it. I just can't handle it. Here, all right. So like here, Cully Wren, and it's not filthy. It like doesn't even have one spot of dirt on it. Okay, doesn't smell, doesn't anything. It just looks like a brand new Gucci scarf. It still has the folds in it, okay? You need to understand. I just die zero. All right, so what I do is I start looking and finding the most beautiful poetic images, the most amazing art pieces in history, and then post it on my Facebook, covering up all the knife rape or psycho, everything. Anything that was psycho. And I called it Gucci Scarf Magic. Because it made what I was going through seem like an artistic experience instead of I'm being stabbed to death. So it was my coping mechanism. So this scarf will forever be in my history as long as I can keep, like, so this was also very important. It kept me feeling like I'm bringing this hell energy into higher vibe. Because I was not about to murder myself, but it felt like it. All the forced channel from Star Fuentes. Just everything, like, still dealing with Elijah in the higher worlds and lower worlds. Oh, we found Clippeth Id. Yay! Clippeth Id! Yay, Gucci scarf magic. Oh, and I was having to announce to the planet all of his Osiris stuff, which was even weirder. Can you imagine having to address the planet and go, this guy is the reincarnation of Osiris? After just being stabbed to death for 9 months. Thank God for Gucci scarf magic. Here, I'll make you look like Robert Kennedy running off into the wind. By posting that picture. Yay. So that I don't go insane. Do you know how much that calmed and tempered the astral field? It actually created a huge amount of respect and alpha consciousness to all the reptiles reading my Facebook so that they could digest what I was writing. All right. That's better. Okay. So we have a number of things left still. Left. All right, cobra acid stuff. So we still got this pencil. Somebody said they were going to kill themselves if they saw one more thing. That was a cobra acid color. Another pencil, the Soho Hotel. I don't know where that came from, but it was... All right. This year is covered in cobra acid Yoda balls. We got a couple of these. I threw them away. They were broken and stuff. All right. That's found. That one I think was purchased, but maybe it was found. I don't even remember. That's the stuff that happens in life. All right. Let's talk about stories and parallels. So there's this thing where you see Hermione with Hermione's bag. Did you see the picture of Hermione with her bag? She wants to kill somebody. She's freaking the fuck out. Given it has, I purchased this hat a long time ago, but it has a giant sombrero beach hat. This was the hat that I purchased for like $30 before I became homeless. And I was getting initiated into Netzach. So it was almost a subconscious thing to go, I'm going to cobra acid purify. Before I really knew anything about anything, and before I decided to starve. All right, parallels. So when I was in Hode, I picked up this scarf, and I was like, yes! It's an orange scarf that turns into pink. And to me, what this was a blend of the masculine and feminine coming together. A Hermes configuration that if I figured out my brain But somehow it would mutate into another color. Pink. This is rad teaching. Maybe I can manifest or have a good relationship with my mate. I don't know. Like, whatever. The whole point was maybe I could be my own mate in life. It was a Hermes, like the masculine and the feminine coming together. That was the pink romance component. Oh, that side. And the orange component was here. But that's the teaching about getting out of Hode, was combining the masculine and feminine together. So that was a cool scarf to manifest. Recently, I got this one. I was like, Gamera! Yes! This is rad! Somebody just dropped their entire red scarf. And then again. This one I had to like clean some shit off of. And all I can imagine is that like another person. It might be a seraphim. I have to clean the shit off of them. So now I have two. Alright, I don't go trolling for stuff, you guys. I just go for walks to do work, and then it shows up. Let me say that again. I don't go trolling for this stuff. I go pick up litter, and then it glows. And it glows at me, and it goes, this is for you. All right. In that time period, there's a teaching here. There are a couple teachings here. One, it's a big red flag. Double red flag. This is all I'm manifesting right now, and the planet is dying. So work your ass off. Let me say that again. This is all I'm manifesting right now. Not people. Not people helping. Not a farm. Not anything. A fucking red flag scarf. Not a school. Not 5,000 students. No, a scarf. That's what I'm manifesting. So God ain't coming. From the bottom of the clippeth. This should be a double red flag for everyone to light the ass underneath their fucking, light the fire underneath their ass. Seriously. Oh, I don't want to do all my A&R books. Burn. Because you're gonna drown in litter. Oh no, you're gonna drown in acid suffocation left over from a nuclear warhead because no one has food because nobody farmed any. Okay, so let me continue to repeat actual intelligence. Mathematically, 5 people are going to survive. And it's the people who did 100 million hours of spiritual labor. Let me say that again. I don't want to do that. I have a job. No, you don't. Your job is fake. Your job is fake. You don't have anything. At all. There is no spirit. I'm the one who talks to Babaji all day long. Nobody's coming. Like nothing. Zero. You're coming with your work effort. Like, that's it. For infinity. Okay. When I was in trolling and beginning to get initiated in NetSuck, I got my first real Lost Things teaching. My first one. This was before my hunger strike. And when I was living with my mother and she was just beating the crap out of me with her dementia. I like when people have illnesses and they decide to use it against you and you're like, that's not Jesus talking. It's like, that is not even logic. But they're sick, so you have to stomach it because they're psycho. So they have no math. They have no truth. You might even have verbatim proof to throw in their face or evidence. Like, that was not on the menu 10 years ago, and you could literally pull up the picture where it says it was on the menu, and you give it to them, and they want to be right. So they want to create a drama, and it wasted 3 hours of your time. Oh, and then they're going to be a passive-aggressive demon and then shove it down your throat. So that's dementia and Alzheimer's and other stuff. You know why? Because those people would rather be a demon than do God's work. Let me say that again. Dementia. They would rather indulge in dramas than pray and meditate all day long. Like a monk. You know how many monks have dementia? Can I say that again? How many monks get diagnosed with dementia? Okay. Yay, the dementia people want to sue me now. Or maybe they want to show up and write some Cobra Acid books so it starts to heal them. Yes, that would be smart. Anyway, so I was living with my mother, and she was beating the crap out of me with her psychosis and dementia. And I'm trying to figure out, what am I going to do for my future? How do I move forward? The planet is just caving in beneath me. And I just watch everybody continue to make bad decisions after bad decisions. Nobody wants to even stop lying to my face. They all want to take my money and then tell me they're masters. And they can't do anything for me. Ever. So they're definitely not masters. Okay. So I pick up off the side of a road a pair of goggles, and they were like mermaid green, and I knew it was the mermaids. It was a gift from the mermaids to get out. Let me say that again. I picked up a pair of goggles off the side of a road. Like a surfer left them there. And I knew they were for me. It was the spirit mermaids calling for me to get out of Hode. And it was the most powerful gift I could have ever been given. And I go, I have to get out of this. I'm training to be a spiritual master, and nobody will listen to one thing I have to say. So I'm going to go starve to death on a beach. Now, that came 6 months later. But the point was for me to step outside of my prison of living in their world and come to the mermaid world instead. I don't have those goggles anymore. I wish I did, because you guys should know this. You'll get these gifts, and then 10 years later, you're going to be like, why did I not keep that? That was a sacred totem. Even if it felt like a piece of junk. I took a lot of other stuff with me to London. I could have kept those goggles. The problem was that I got arrogant. I go, that's just trash. But I wish I had them to show you guys. And maybe that's the more powerful story, is that I don't have those goggles. Because I can't show them to you, even though that was the gift that changed my entire existence. That was the premise of the Lost Things video. Maybe you'll appreciate the things that you're given more in life. Just this bag. Hermione. All right, well, now we're doing Ravenclaw. And I needed to get to CHESED like really fast. And then I manifested these goggle thingies. Right, it should be like this, probably. Yep. And it's almost like the Oculus Reparo goggles. But I got these in London. So there's a correlation to the fact that I'm like manifesting goggles. But I broke them I broke them on purpose. Like, I'm breaking through to make sure that Ravenclaw gets produced. And then here's the blue claws that came with it. This is something else. Like, what was this? This is what it was. It was it looked like a Ravenclaw. And it came with these. So I do this thing like keychain magic. So my keychain is exactly like what I want it to be. The totem of the magic I'm running for the year. Or for however long I have the keychain. Most of them break. The keychains break, and then I have to get rid of the keychain. But I keep the little insignia of the magic as to remember over the years. And I'm poor and I'm homeless, and I just did my hunger strike. And I'm like, I can't buy a keychain that's $60. That's stupid. So on a post outside my job, where I was like being homeless sheltered inside of an office for about a month before I came off to London, like, here is the dragon. And these keys belonged to somebody in Montrose, and they were sitting on a post, and nobody collected them for a few weeks, so I just decided they were mine. I left them on that post to be collected from somebody. And okay, so Lost Thing, like, this was how we created all the metal bending magic for this ascension. The astral metal bending was from this keychain magic. Stuffed animals. Oh man. Like, stuffed animals. So here's the donut. I washed them. Like, sometimes they're disgusting because they're just filled with stuff. Like, I don't know what they mean, but like, I kind of do. Here's like a rainbow, and then with the blue. It's missing the blue, and then it can sit on the blue Taurus. So there's a magic here. This one's my favorite. This was my favorite stuffed animal I manifested. Was this guy. I can't describe to you what happened. He was sitting in a tree right outside the palace, right outside Kensington Palace. And he's looking at Kensington. he's looking at Kensington Palace. She's like Dino Star Hedwig, is what I named her. She's sitting in a tree. I love the look on her face. You can tell she's like horrified. She's like the innocent one. She's also like horrified, and she's just watching everybody make really stupid decisions all day long. And she's like, I'm the smart one. I think I collected her when I was still in Hode. We will see. But there's weird Rainbow Bridge owl male intelligence also coming through, and then it's the unicorn owl. Like, oh my gosh. Okay. Like, I get to put her next to Mumble. Now let me tell you about Mumble, because Mumble's not a lost thing. Mumble was a gift from a little girl that is a ninja that will be a Gryffindor ninja down the road named Emma Alfaro. Now, Emma has these stuffed animals, and she watched me just holding on to the penguin. I was at her dad's house because he's one of my best friends from college. And Emma was like 11 at the time, or 10. She goes, "You can have him." And I go, "I'm going to name him Mumble." And she goes, "That's good, because that's already his name." This was before I decided to starve. And I was using, like, the summer before I decided to go sit on a beach. Now, when I went home, we had Mumble next to the little girls, my nieces, and Isla, both of them, really, is obsessed with him. They would come down to San Diego from Simi Valley and literally scour the home for Mumble. And you knew there was a weird magic that was on Mumble, because these girls have 100 stuffed animals. And they're obsessed with this one because it's owned by Auntie Ray Ray. And it's Mumble. So why? Why is Isla obsessed? Obsessed. Like, she'll go into my closet. She's like a 6-year-old girl. Throw everything out just searching for Mumble. All right, you need to understand there are gifts in life that mean something. The other thing that I manifest all the time are little children's hats. I'm just one after the next, after the next. So for me, hey, look, it's one for Ravenclaw, one for Gryffindor, and one for Hufflepuff. Yay! Or it's a head of each little archangel child I can protect. Maybe both. We're going to talk about that cobra acid stuff. Because it's the one thing I should have picked up that I didn't, and I'm so angry that I did not. Because it was a giant Lego. That was a cobra acid Lego. And I should have just picked it up and taken it. I didn't. But I got these. This is my Netsock is closed Lego. Yeah. Netsock, so it's the path between Netsock and Yesod. It's closed. Brick. You can let go of that. It's the scariest teaching on the planet. Okay. When I first got it's like Auntie Ray Ray's Jedi sword. I know, it's so gross. When I first got it, because it almost glows Jedi blue, and it's so gross that I manifested this. Just, when I first got it, it had like 0 liquid in it, so you knew it was like Auntie Ray Ray's running low on juice. and then so this color I ascribe to little Isla. Like, this is her peach moonstone necklace and her magic, the chi astolite and Andalusite, is that how you pronounce it? So I got this one too, and it was filled to the brim. So Isla is filled with juice, and Auntie Ray Ray is running low. So Isla can help give Auntie Ray Ray stuff. But if you notice, there's those crayons, the crayon ornaments that were given to me, that were these colors also. That's very weird. Now, the first time I noticed this gift was by looking at that color pattern of that peachy orange with the Jedi Griffin blue. And I was like picking up these balloons that were those colors. It was like, Auntie Ray Ray is not filled with hot air teaching. And then it was like, then the next one was, Isla was not filled with hot air. And I threw all those balloons away, and then I just kept manifesting more, because I'm like, what's the point of this balloon teaching? And now I'm like just balloon after balloon. Oh my god, I'm going to manifest an entire bag of them. So now we're in Ravenclaw. They're all perfect, ready to be used. Like 50 of them. I just throw them away because it's like trash, you know. But then I got this one. This one's my special one. It's the A&R Rose balloon. Like, what? What? It is the A&R Rose balloon. We are not filled with hot air. Lost things. Does everybody understand? I have one more teaching. This was the most irreverent thing I've ever experienced, but the story is priceless. These are my Cinderella beads. One day I was sitting in Star Fuentes' office. Lots of people give her gifts in life. She gets jewels that are like $1,000. She gets so much stuff, it's disgusting, actually. To watch how she handles her gifts is pretty gross, and I kind of want to vomit. People mail them in like mailers. Bubble wrap. Star gets this in just a regular brown package. And she's like, ew, you can have them. Like it was vomit. Like God vomited those jade beads on her. She threw them at me, just like I threw them. Except worse. They're the beads on Cinderella. When her stepmom's like, it matches in the exact same measurement also. When I showed Star the picture of those beads with me wearing them next to the picture of Cinderella wearing them, Star went, those are my beads. I've worn those beads at every Harvest Moon ceremony since 2014. I didn't realize they were like the Cinderella beads until recently. It was pretty funny. I'm like a starving homeless woman. I have like $400 in my bank account. I just got stabbed for 10 months. Screaming for help. Not Star's response. Not, let me write you 500 grids to heal you because I'm Jesus. No, those are my beads. So that possessiveness, number one, is like psycho. That's Netsock, and it's closed. All right, so I'm like manifesting this rubber ball, and it like bounces really well. And it's going in here because I can bounce back. And it fits perfectly. I wonder if that's Star's ball also. Man. Next. So sometimes we have things in life that aren't really lost things, but they show up again. And they show up for a reason. So this is my Hode. So it's the Cobra acid stuff. It was all on sale for like £2. So I needed something to organize all my stuff. So it was getting cluttered and filled. And then Mother Earth goes, there, go get those. Again, I'm like a homeless woman. I have like $400 in my bank account. I shouldn't be buying anything, but I have to take care of my clutter. So, and I know I really shouldn't be raping the planet ever at all. But there's a magic to this. Because this is what my left brain looks like. Let me repeat that. This is what my left brain looks like. At the worst. I just recorded the whole finale. And I realize I'm a little unhinged in that last little part. Okay. This is what my left brain looks like. Do I look a little less unhinged? We did the meditation and mental body install, and that might be why. If I look like Jacqueline Kennedy, are you going to care? Or just does the word homeless trigger your brain to go, crazy person, tap out? Okay. This is what my left brain looks like. It's all my stuff. It's a little dusty, but it's not so bad right now. Organized. Cords wrapped. Everything's kind of taken care of in a nice fashion. See how there's zero clutter here? There's Cobra acid in between. Let me say that again. That is what my left brain looks like. Substance, zero clutter, and Cobra acid in between everything that needs to be purified. I have very little stuff. Somebody's saying, very little dogma. Correct. So now I can use my left brain at higher levels than most. Because I don't sit there and mentally process 50,000 pieces of information like a psychopath all day long. I don't sit there and think. I sit there and receive. I sit there and receive data and information. I put it into action. I set boundaries and I create videos and I do teaching and I write pages. I have the ability to produce because my left brain looks like that. I have the ability to heal people because when I hear something disturbing from them in the astral planes, I go, burn. Cobra acid the clutter out of that person. Because I understand what a clean left brain thinks like. I understand a lot, if not almost all, the mental traps of humans. The mental logical traps. The psychosis as they're trying to run away from the actual work. The excuses that they want to produce. They're demons. They don't produce fruit. Somebody's saying, I don't produce fruit. That's the actual opposite. My students are the most intelligent people on the planet. That are the most grounded, have the highest capacity to receive. Because I have a lot to give, and they can handle it. All right. Lost things. Does everybody get the teaching of lost things? Does everybody understand that I have no friends? I am the alpha, except for Kelly. Does everybody... Maybe the Tara will get there. Maybe. Does everyone understand? I am manifesting litter. Does everybody understand the red flags? So what are we supposed to do? What's the best way for us to spend our time and energy? Get your A&R marks work done. Burn out the demons and disease in your body and make your brain work like that. Everything's organized and there's cobra acid purifying all the gunk. Yoda Balls books. Okay. We're going to put on our lost things mental graft around our brain, plug it into our spine, through our dragon tail. We're going to put a pearlescent glaze on all the metal graft. And then we're going to put on a black sheen shell over that. And we're going to put on a charm going, understand what to do with lost things. Somebody's saying it's overly simple. Cannot handle it. Usually it's more complex. I need to understand what to do with my lost thing. That's about how to interpret it, where to put it, and what to do with it. What is the message God is telling me? That's about the extent of what I need. Maybe our pearlescent glaze inlay has a bunch of honeycomb. So yeah, good. just so we can feel more comfortable and confident with what we got. Dead pigeons. Dead crow. Somebody like people like to manifest the feathers or the fairy mushrooms going into a fairy circle, because that's fun. It's magical too. Does everybody understand they need to be picking up litter? Anyone? And then getting the message from God. Thank you. Okay. We're going to times it by 50, going up, down, in the front and in the back. Somebody says they're so much more at peace with me because I'm homeless. And that takes the edge off, because a lot of spiritual teachers come off as demeaning because they put this unrealistic pressure on people that they're supposed to be wealthy and doing spiritual work 30 to 50 to 500 hours a week. No. Student, like a college student, or Matrix robot. Maybe you may get a Matrix robot job and you can do like an hour to 3 hours of spiritual work a day. As a side note. Maybe you take 6 months off. I did that. That was my path. I get a job for 6 months. Enough to pay my bills for me to take another 6 months off and do spiritual work. That was life. With the A&R books work, it makes it a little easier because you pay zero money for it and you put it in all the time. And that's what a spiritual master would actually offer you in life, is something for free that will provide the maximum result. Let me say that again. A real spiritual master will present all the most beneficial wisdom and work to do for free that will produce the maximum result. Maximum result. Zero personal gain here. The personal gain is that we have cleaner people that think well and have not knife rape in the astral planes or demons in the astral planes, but they have intelligence and night school and higher downloads instead. Because it's one or the other. Your cup is this full. Now, when you clean out the clutter, that demon stuff, when you purify it, can be filled with light and higher levels of God instead. I would rather my cup be filled with Cobra acid Yoda balls work, cleaning and cleaning and cleaning and cleaning, than gunk dogma, pretentious rhetoric. Because if anybody did to me what I'm doing to Brooke still on Facebook, I'd kill myself. It's embarrassing. It's more embarrassing to be the one saying what Brooke still says than the one being stabbed. Especially if you want to use spirituality as your platform. Especially if you're taking money from homeless people and then selling to them that you're their master. We're just poor people. Can you imagine? I'm gonna take $20,000 from a poor college kid to free them into the God form. Embarrassment. Cat. We're going to do the Gryffindor lava charm, 50 layers with the hot pink paste, going out, back, up, and down. And then we're going to do the Ravenclaw blue gels, going outwards, 50 layers, with the pearlescent honeycomb inlays, 50 layers. Then we're going to porcupine out and collect all those layers. Maybe we have to poop some of the stuff through the tail. Get that flowing. Understand what to do with lost things. Oh, hey, look, when I collect from my tail, what it says are my keys. It says keys. Because I manifest keys out of thin air also. It's very weird. When I jump from post to post or walk on a razor's edge balancing beam, I manifest these keys at resting points. Let's keep getting through the tail. And it says more cobra acid stuff coming. Okay. So maybe my tail speaks to me and I didn't even know that. That's cool. That's a first. You know why? Because we did that cobra acid, or we did that understanding lost things charm. The last is the wood. Let's go over them. This isn't litter. This is not litter at all. So when I get a wand, when I get sticks, when I name them. Oh, I forgot the cobra acid on the wand. I know you guys are so sick of me right now. This was the wand I am going to make called Yoda Balls. Yay! We've got another cobra acid clip-on DNA thing. I've shown you guys this before. That's the wand Yoda Balls. But this is not litter. It's not plastic. It's actually a net sock at the lowest. Let me repeat that. It's a product of net sock at the lowest. So it has its own magic. And we take it for granted a lot. Somebody's feeling the fuck you teaching coming. Yes. It's taken for granted a lot. So I have all these sticks, they're wands. You don't really appreciate the magic of the specific tree until you have it no longer available. Let me repeat that. So I'm in England and I have access to a lot of English wood, including yew. I have access to yew and ash that I'm not going to have access to when I go to the United States. So you don't really understand that until you're trying to find it or purchase it, that there is actually a supply and demand thing, even with net sock. There's going to be a giant fuck you teaching here coming up. Whenever all the borders get shut down in 20 years and nobody's allowed to import anything anywhere. And be respectful. What you have access to, take care of it. And maybe you want to take it along with you wherever you go. Even if you're a homeless person, like I'm gonna put my stick that barely works into my backpack. I'm gonna live out of that. That's my token of God. It's my token. All right. So you don't really understand. So I'm in England right now. Almost all the real good magical wands are in England. Let me say that again. Almost all the really good magical wands are in England. Or Ireland. Somebody's saying Ireland too. Okay. Except for black walnut. Now, if you cut down a tree or cut down a branch, it's a crime. Now it's rape. Black walnuts. There are like 3 of them in England here. 3! I'm trying to find this black walnut tree wand that's appropriate, and I can't find it. So I have to wait till I go to the United States to do that. Because I'll be able to find it in the US. So there are these things. Because I don't want to buy a wand from a planet rapist. Because it has that karma. I want to be able to pick it up off of the ground and know what karma I have because I did it. I want to know what magic. And now most of you guys are freaking out going, my food. I want to know what karma I have because of the food that I ate. This makes the Hare Krishnas look really good, actually. Makes the my lineage look insane. They can't pass Hode. Because they think they're going to override their karma with... I'm allowed to steal a cow. Because I'm going to write a light language grid. Cat. Last thing. I'm giving you guys some time to digest the trauma. This was a good segue. Okay. You see how it's the same vibe? Does everybody see it's like the same grid? Yes, these roses came from the Hare Krishna temple. I was eating prasadam at their lunch program before COVID. I was at a hostel in the middle of London. And I would go and I would get free food that tasted like God every day. And then I would give them £1. 1 coin. And then afterward, we'd do the slava and clean up the floors. And then the guy, the most austere out of all of them, the most high, Gabriel, the one that everybody would like the least because he's just a dick, handed me this. As a gift. So it's the highest Gabriel inside of the Hare Krishna temple. Blessing. All the seva that I was doing after my lunch that I was receiving, okay? I put this, and I keep it, and it means more to me than everything. And it's a bunch of dead roses. All right, so it's sentimentality. The fact it was the most asshole out of all of them that gave it to me made it the most important. Let me say that again. If it was just one of the nice ones that doesn't do anything all day long, except for smile and offer peace and friendliness to you, when they give you a gift, it's like, okay. When one's the asshole, when they give you a gift, you're like, yeah. Magic. Color run out.